Okay, so what I'd like to do today, give you a chance to look at the waveform of an actual LP. And I've gone back into my archives and dug out a Grand Funk Railroad recording from 1972. Basically, it's 49 years old. And this is the waveform of it. Now, the first thing that I did, I recorded this in a Tascam DR2D, which is an SD HD card recorder, and I recorded it at 2496. You probably can't see it because the writing's pretty small. If I show you this down here, it basically says 2496 at the bottom. And this is what the waveform looks like. Now, the first thing that I did was that I normalized this up to minus 6 dB. I wanted to be able to turn on the last bit. So every bit is 6 dB. So if this was 16-bit, I would have a signal to noise ratio of 96 dB. If I'm 24-bit, that would be 144. It's just 6 dB times the bit rate. Now, we also know that the quietest transistor ever made is minus 138, so we're never going to get to the theoretical limit of minus 144. Now, in my recording software, in my room, because I've got some AC filtering, I am able to start with minus 80, which is very, very quiet. Now, if you remember back, the cassette tape noise was down at minus 55, and it wasn't until they started using Dolby A on reel-to-reel tapes that they could start to get past minus 70 dB as far as the tape noise goes. So minus 80 dB is pretty quiet, but of course, once you open up your microphones, you're going to be left with whatever ambient noise is left in the room. So today I'm going to be using one of the recording softwares that I have is from a company called NCH, and this is called WavePad Masters Edition. I like it because it's pretty good recording software, but it also has an FFT display which will display the frequency response of whatever song I've been recording. So in the actual WavePad itself, the higher these teal peaks are, the louder the recording is. The lower they are, the softer it is. And so this will kind of give you an idea of what we're going to look at. When we get out to the frequency response part, if we start to get to this multi-track editor, this area here where my cursor is, that's 11,000 hertz, 12,000, 13,000, 14,000, 15,000 hertz is right here where the NCH suite sign is up here, the click display is. So that'll give you an idea, and you can watch where the high frequency energy is of this particular recording. Now I'm going to go to the frequency display. And you can see that we've got a generally downsloping trend here. Right about at this point, this is minus 54 dB. And we are at 8,000 hertz. 10,000 hertz right here. Our peaks are running at about minus 56 dB. Now I can come all the way down here to the low frequency area. We're down at minus 27 dB. This is the 100 hertz vertical bar. We've still got some energy down in here, and we're down at 24 hertz. A lot of this energy down in here is going to be the rumble from my turntable, but you can see it's pretty low in volume. We're generally down to minus 34 dB. And I purposely don't have the audio on because I don't want to get into any copying issues. Here's the frequency display again, running some minus 6 dB spikes. And I can actually zoom out and look at this waveform, and you can actually see that it starts to look like an actual AC frequency, but that's because we've got so many different frequencies piled on top of each other, it's never going to look like a perfect sine wave. And go back and look at the FFT display again. Give you an idea of where we really start to lose it pretty much in this area here. This is 11,000 hertz, 12,000 hertz, 13,000 hertz. You'll also notice that because of the 24-bit 96 kilohertz sampling rate, we have a lot of quantization noise way out here in the frequency spectrum. It's pretty much way down right about this level, which is minus 160 dB, but that's all the way out to 17. We're all the way out to 37 kilohertz, way out here. So you can actually download this NCH WavePad Masters Edition yourself from the NCH Wavesite .com. I would certainly recommend this. Is a really nice program, and you can actually make some of your own recordings and take a look at them yourself. So hope you've enjoyed what you've had a chance to take a look at today. Here we're coming up between tracks. I hope you enjoyed it, and do some of your own recordings and have some fun yourself.